Hello folks, welcome to another episode. Into this video we're going to be working on this juniper. Alright, so we worked on this juniper about 2 years ago. It was actually from nursery stock and it looked pretty much like this. And as you can see, there has been a significant amount of growth in the past 2 years. So what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to go ahead and rewire some of these branches, reposition them, and then also cut back on the foliage so that we can get back to its shape. So let's get going. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and continue by cutting back on this tree. Also making sure that all my tools are being disinfected. And I do that with a little wipe and alcohol. This tree's Nursery has actually been developed pretty well too. I see all the roots are growing in a nice direction, and so far we have not had any of the branches that we wired died off. So that's a really good signs. So we're gonna go ahead and bring you in closer. All this right here with the yellow tips, that is practically new growth. We did cut back a lot, so we're gonna be working from the bottom and then just cut in between those branches, mainly what's green right now. We have some nice bifurcation in some areas, and I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that like right over here, just because I want to continue having that development of the branches. So I'm also noticing some branches that are growing on the inside. I might keep some of those, but I won't know necessarily until I reposition some of the branches, and that is because at one point I do want to make this tree a little more compact if possible, and we can achieve that by having a bunch of bud backing here. Alright, I think that's good enough, at least for now. Continue on to the second part of the tree. Just don't want it to be too leggy, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut back a little bit, not a whole lot, because I also want to be able to balance out the other side of the tree. And right now I'm not actually worried about removing some of the foliage from the inner branches as I would usually do. And the reason being is because I did remove a whole lot of foliage from the initial styling, and I do want this tree to recover as much as possible before I continue doing more work on this tree. So there goes that little pad. Like I said, I did have some other ones right here, and they simply just need to be repositioned. Alright, then moving down now on the second trunk. I'm going to go ahead and just apply a little thicker wire here, probably double wire it too, just because I've run out of my thicker gauge. Alright, so now that we have repositioned some of these branches, I'm just going to go ahead and clean off some little branches from the inside, and then just also taper the foliage as well too. So probably the angle of the camera does not show it really well, but there is a significant amount of space in between each little pad. And I try to stagger it as much as possible without trying to remove so much foliage, because I do want this tree to recover a whole lot more. The reason why I just pruned it back a little bit was also because it gave me a better chance for me to also wire it and, you know, bring it back to its original shape that I intended for it. But yeah, here you folks have it. You know, this is actually, again, from nursery stock 2 years after, and it proves to show that, you know, you don't really need to spend a whole lot of money to get started with a nice, decent looking tree. This, of course, needs to be grown for a few more years, so, I mean, in the meantime, we have something to play with. Alright folks, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comment box down below, and if you haven't not subscribed yet, please do so. I'll see you next time.